somebody stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me. Stop me. Stop me. Stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Y'all is amazing, my posse keepin' irate. We act the fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me, bread on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for it all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke away longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the first carry from Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to bury him for a loss of 11. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult.
He's got a man complete, and all the way down to the 35. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 41 yards. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, Lynch. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
637.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. And that's caught by Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now Carr. Dancing to his left. Letting one go deep. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Carlson now to kick this one away. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete. And it's 2nd down. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
18.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 75 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there. Carr to Nelson. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Here's Carr. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Raiders on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a third and goal here. Here is Lynch on third and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking deep for Gabriel. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. On second down, here's Carr. And they jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Bears moving hastily in a hurry-up offense. On second down, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This is caught. And he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Lock in, lock in.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Parkey with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On third down, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they run into the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Completion left side to Miller. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky, and the Bears have broken the tie. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Carr to throw on second down. On the move to his left. Roberts with it over the middle. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up.
Get out the game. Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. 3 TDs in the first. Bye, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Bum ass out of here. Who next?
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to balling, I have to get my cash. The money is
Who next?
calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my pants, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money. I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now. That's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow. That's a big, big no. Gotta chase this
this money. I addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends. Got 100, I need bands.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Chicago Bears.
Let's go. 154 right here.
Jaguars
372. 11.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Dumps it off to Fournette, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
154 right here. 380.
Bortles now on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Nobody got this lockdown season, man. You know that play action shit, man. Play action shit, man.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Sunday. Hank. Hey, spread left. 372. 11B.
Now Doug Marrone with a play clock almost out says, let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
11. Show left. 11B. Move. Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Spread right, 72. Move. Hank. Lucy.
On first down, Bortles. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hank. 372. Lucy, Lucy. 11.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Bortles will keep it. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
77. 372. Green 80. Green 80. 372.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's go. Trip left.
Fournette, a first down carry. He's to the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. 25 yards. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
He says all babies to me.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Lock it.
That's how you want to play it.
They go play action. Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. Someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He leaves this one for Howard. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think
he's got it at the 15. And he'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, 51 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points to get that 0 off the board. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Here's Trubisky.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
18.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Look. You see it?
Now it's Trubisky. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Throw that. 11.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And that'll be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Hey, 54, Ricky. Lucy.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Game over with. This game, this is cooked. Oh, man. Y'all back to y'all. Y'all back to y'all, man. Oh, man. Next. Oh, took an L with them. Right now.
Right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bins out, lost count. Cause I'm too up right now.
Before you go back. All the way
Up right now. I'm two. On one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines.
And all you rappers looking like a lunch lane. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Newton on first down. Dancing to his left. And his first look is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Pussy. Oh, that's because my shit hanging low as hell.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And right with
Yeah, you better duck down.
Niggas
ducking out here.
We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Looking for more there on first down.
No, sir.
You can take his bum ass the fuck out.
Bro, the whole team, bro.
They cool. They just don't know who they got.
They buns.
They cool.
This throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Newton. He'll dump this out to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
We're playing with y'all. Uh-oh.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, Newton. They'll roll him out right.
4th down, boy.
He hits more. And
cover 2. You got it.
Inside the 15 before they drop him.
You got it.
27 yards, a big play there on 4th. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
I feel like he's running. Oh, he's running. No, he's passing.
From the red zone now, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And he'll take this in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive.
Enjoy that touchdown.
And he puts it through.
For what? I mean, I got 8,000. I got more wins than losses.
Kick this one away.
Yeah, all right.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
We're going to see how it rocks.
Take it back to about the 19-yard line.
trying to tackle. I'm about to eat y'all up with Manning, weak ass.
Manning and the Giants come up now, first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
I'm gonna show you how the Browns be about to do this here.
Now Manning.
Oh yeah. I am.
Throw left side.
I am.
Come
on, bro.
I
use my whole team, my whole squad.
Icy, 45-yard line.
A
really nice gain of 25 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Tom Barr don't make
to throw, it's Manning. It's a pickup of 16 there.
I'm testing you, boy. What up? Odell eating on y'all goofy
this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's you?
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
He didn't get past it soon enough.
The football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
I'm listening. Where you at?
20.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
That pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Still fighting. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st and 10, Newton. He
coach him up, coach. Coach him up, coach.
Pops out, incomplete.
Coach him
Didn't have a
up.
receiver
What
open
happened?
downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage is way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Should have been scored.
They'll run it now.
You should have been scored.
He's going to be met at the line of
what is
scrimmage
going
and taken
on,
down.
bro? Man, I know what I'm doing on
defense.
defense.
Brings up a
about
3rd and 10.
I know what I'm doing.
And he had a nice
defense,
play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And Brady, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, there are almost mirrors between the free safety and the screen safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers.
Yeah, take your 3. Yeah.
And Gano's kick is right
Respect
through.
that game. Respect
and the
that
lead
game.
moves to 10-0.
Bro, 10 points. Whoa.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, I got you. For them, the thing that matters is part two,
I got you.
Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive,
in the building.
That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now Manning to Barkley.
No cap.
Check down.
No cap.
He's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Too far back,
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
You got one pick and feel. You got one pick and feel good. Damn, I ain't know you was like that. I ain't know you was like that, son.
Action. Manning.
Ah!
And taken down.
My receiver's wide open, bro.
Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout.
Tell me something.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
3 yards.
Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. Flush to his right, and avoids the contact by sliding. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I'm nervous.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Somebody said, oh, what? What? I went up the seam. I was going to the seam. Oh! They captured. Never, bro. It's not over with. It's not over with, bro. Watch this. Watch this. Bum. Watch this, bum. Watch how you lose the game, bum. Hey.
We don't do that anymore.
Lucky. Oh, you lucky.
We want to head the other way.
Why the fuck did he throw?
If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
I don't even care what you're talking about right now, bro. I don't know.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
My nigga's wide open at the seams. Oh, weak as hell.
The decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. New York set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for Dr. Dale. But thank you, Dr. Dale.
I'm playing with NYG right now. I don't know what incomplete.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks.
Who better?
But it's incomplete and now second down.
Who better?
On second down, here's Barkley. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking for Shepard deep. Incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Barely.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
You got to beat me by way more than that. You got to beat me way more than that.
Now a play fake here on first down.
I what? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You whack, bro. Your defense whack. Get the fuck out of here, boy. You better hold on in that 17 lead, boy. You better hold on to that bitch, nigga.
So a one-handed catch from OBJ in the end zone. Not really
on,
surprised
child.
anymore, I guess. This is becoming routine.
On,
Yeah, isn't that something? And we have to be careful ourselves, right, about treating it as only routine because it's still spectacular to go up one hand, possess the football, whether it's contact or not, to come down and create that play. That's absolutely phenomenal. And one way it happens, these guys work at it. They practice these types of catches all the time.
And he practices it all the time. You see his pregame routine. We were down there today. It's unbelievable.
It absolutely is. And now the stigma of looking like you're showing off is really gone. Now it's actually part of the game.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And Running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Fumble.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I was preparing for the pass.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking for the guy carrying the ball. He was the finisher. A really nice run.
Out of bounds. Weak, boy. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
And you whack. I'm not even playing with a good team. You whack. You whack. You taking all day to pick players and shit. You
Just
whack.
1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Yeah, all right. They're going to lose. They're going to lose.
They're
going to lose, little weak little nigga.
This time he's going backwards.
Get off that phone.
On the last
you better get off that phone.
Here they get him behind the line.
I'm trying to tell you, boy.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Yeah. It's all you, Slime.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Hey, I can't control my computer. I can't control my computer and what they do.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think
you weak as hell on the sticks, bro. You don't got no stick skills. You don't got no stick skills.
It's a 40-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Newton to throw. He's going to flip one out here. Running back.
What? Shut the fuck up. White boy. White boy. White boy. Yeah. White boy. Get that white boy out of here. Put him on a bench, coach. Teach him up.
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time.
I hope your defense on lock.
Would ever turn it over. Yet they are
I hope
humans
your
out
defense
there
on
running
lock.
around. And we just saw
that last time it was too wide open. I hope you playing prevent.
Just over 30 seconds to go.
Play prevent.
I
hope you playing prevent.
Throwing now is Manning. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Hello?
And he
Hello?
goes down,
Hello?
but not before reaching
Hello?
the 21.
Where you at?
A big play
Come on,
there just
bro.
before
You
halftime.
at?
48
I'm
yards.
telling you. All right, bet. Right here. Touchdown.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He's got it.
You what? I read the
for
defense.
Touchdown.
Put that safety back there, boy. Get your safety out that zone.
Seconds of the first half. And
Come
the
on,
Giants
man.
have got it back to a 1-score game.
Boy, by what? By what? And I get ball at half. By what? By what? Yo, fluky 3? Yo, fluky 3?
leads down to a field goal at 17-14.
Yo, fluky 3? Boy, you about to get showed up.
Rosas now
Putting
to
this
kick
shit on
this one
YouTube.
away.
Putting this shit on YouTube. It's a bum ass. It's already
This field
going,
a few
bro.
yards
I'm
into the
screaming
end zone.
right now. Bum ass.
And a loose football.
Bum ass.
And his guys are going to
Bum
get the
ass.
football at the 23-yard line.
Get off my sticks, bro.
So 2
Yeah.
quarters down, 2 remain.
It's Isaiah
Charles
Hurd.
and I
Isaiah Hurd.
return after the
On
break.
YouTube. Look me up, bro. Bro, a normal nigga,
Both
bro.
teams
Life
appear
skill,
ready for the
nigga.
fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Nigga. Where it said.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Twisting away. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Giants. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this in intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe, and that's caught inside the 35.
Out the gate. Bomb. Get off these sticks. I'm the king of man. Get off me.
Eli Manning with
King
his
of
third
man.
touchdown pass
I'm
of the
telling you.
afternoon. And the Giants are
Keep
in
watching.
for 6.
Keep watching me.
And that
Keep
third
watching
counter
me.
there
That
gives
20,
them
I
the
can't
lead,
wait.
and it's obvious
Keep watching me.
they've needed everything that he's given them
Bro,
today. The
get the
3
fuck outta
touchdowns,
here.
that's impressive,
Y'all ain't
but
ready
without
for me.
him, they're not winning this game.
Oh, I would. It's an automatic stream. It's
That's
automatic
fielded in the
stream.
end zone. And a good return. He's across the
You ain't about to get it.
35-yard
I
line,
made
right
it look
around the
good for
36.
you. I wanted you to feel
The
like
Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first
I
possession
wanted you to
of
make
the
it
second
feel like
half.
you was gonna make
They're
it,
down
bro.
in this game, a chance for the
You about to
offense,
throw
though,
another pick,
to put
though.
something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for
Pick
them.
season.
And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done.
Pick
This is
that
where scripting
man.
comes into play a lot
You know
of
what
the time.
happens when they
Plays
lose
script
from a
coming out of
17
Most
deficit?
of
They
the time in
ass
the
after
first
that,
half, you're
bro.
scripting 12 to 16. I think in
This
the second
off
half,
you.
you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
This
kind of a
off you.
starter or an
I lost-
opener,
I lost faith.
whatever terminology they
I
use.
lost faith.
Just something to get you
I
off
lost
to a
faith.
quick start.
I lost faith.
And some room to
I
run
lost
now.
faith.
Throw
I
right
lost
side is
faith.
going to be caught by Samuel. A very nice pickup
Oh, yeah,
of
that's what
33 yards.
Hey,
Well,
weak,
Martin, I'm
though.
not sure how this
Watch
drive's
how you
going to
gonna do,
end,
though.
but how about the way they
You
flip
whack,
field
boy.
position there? A nice attacking
whack.
play that picked up a heck
You
of a
wet.
chunk
Who
of
you throwing
yardage.
Buying
to?
time
You
moves
gone?
left.
Slide. Oh.
15
Oh.
more there, and they're
Do
on
it
a
again.
roll. It's another first down.
Do it
So
again.
an instance
Do
there
it
of
again,
Cam
nigga.
being Cam. We know he can
Do it
use his
again.
legs.
About to eat this
And with
up.
that big
About to eat
body,
this up.
it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster.
Ah! Get that hit, Riley.
First touchdown.
Get that hit, Riley. At the 1 yard line, he's puffing that up.
A 16-yard
You
touchdown.
got that touchdown, bro.
And his guys are able to strike
Oh,
for
yeah.
6.
We gonna see.
Getting your back
All right.
involved. What's the
We'll
importance
see.
there of the passing game?
Well, oftentimes
We'll
you create
see.
mismatches
He can't
because
stop
who's
me
going
from
to cover
scoring.
him,
He can't stop me
and
from
you
scoring.
get him into space,
I've been
which is
scoring
where he
ever
likes
since.
to operate
I've
with
been
the ball in
scoring
his
all
hands.
day. I've been
Oftentimes
scoring
makes people
3
miss,
touchdowns,
gets that
3
run after the
TDs.
catch, and off he goes.
And
3
into the
TDs,
end
3
zone.
TDs. Boom, boom, boom.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one,
You
as he's up a
weak.
yard or two shy of the 30.
Got your hips
The
on.
New York set
Rotate.
to take the field. They had gotten
I
the
am.
lead with the opening
Yeah.
drive touchdown in the third
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
Now they relinquished that
Put
lead.
that
That
phone
could be in for
down,
an
young
interesting
blood.
second half.
It certainly
teach you
appears that
something.
way, doesn't it?
Let me
Almost
teach you
turning into
something.
one of those pendulum games, right? Where it
Let me
swings
teach you
back and
something.
forth.
Let me teach you something. I play running back, baby.
Changes that maybe it
I
puts
play
it on
running
one
back.
side and keeps it there.
Just what you want
Bro,
on a first down
I
run.
see
Call
you.
it 80
I see
yards.
you.
And
I
it's
see
second
you.
and 2.
But you're not stopping me. You're not stopping me. You're not stopping
Now
me.
play fake.
You're not stopping me.
Manning, he'll buy some time right. And
Ah!
he's going to be intercepted
Ah!
at
I threw that up too high.
James Bradbury. And
That's
a
my
return
fault,
across
Steve.
midfield
That's
into
my
the
fault.
46-yard
We're going to get
line.
it back for you, Steve.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead
Hey,
he
it's lit.
shifted the
Let's
coverage
go.
also
I'm
to
on
the
the
right
ass.
and threw right into it for an interception.
I got it on there. I got it on there. You ain't, boy. You weak.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, yeah. Come here.
Rolling to his right.
Come here. Come here. I'm on your
There,
ass.
it's
Come
out of
here.
bounds, incomplete. Curtis
We're going to
Samuel,
get it back,
the one he was
Steve.
looking for.
We clocking cheese
And
out.
now
Come
it's second
on.
down.
We on that ass.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Eluding the pressure.
Yeah! He see that pressure.
Incomplete.
He ain't
was
on that
looking for
pressure.
Jarius right
He
that
ain't
time.
ready.
And
He
it's
ain't
third
ready.
down. Big play coming up. Here's
Boy,
3rd and 10.
you
I
weak.
expect to see some
He
pressure
ain't
here.
ready. Weak ass. Can't even throw the
And
ball.
the blitz does come.
Can't even throw the ball.
They'll roll him out right. Got his
Oh,
man
Collins,
clear
stick his
That's
ass.
right. And they'll wind up
Weak
getting
ass
this one
throw.
all the way down
Should've got his ass
inside the
stuck.
20. A big third down
You gonna
conversion
take that
with a
weak
gain
ass
of
dive to the ground.
28.
Go ahead. You got that. You got that weak shit. Pick.
Again, Newton
Pick.
escaping the pressure right.
You ain't ready.
Connection there.
You
It's
ain't ready.
incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the
Too
best
much
quarterbacks,
pressure.
they'll
Too
miss
much
40%
pressure.
of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection.
Let's go.
Instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Good read.
It's a really nice
Good read.
15-yard
I give you a
pickup,
read.
and now
Good
it's
read.
first and goal.
Good read.
And a good quarterback
Good read.
facing zone coverage. If he has just a
You got
little
it.
bit of time
You
to
got it. Good
survey the
read.
scene, that's what's going
Good
to
read.
happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
Oh, I'm
so
dead,
maybe they
Togo.
want to
I'm
go for some
concentrating now.
good scheme. Get a little bit more.
Fumble that bitch. Come on.
Panthers touchdown.
We good. We good.
Cameron
We good.
Artis
We
Payne.
good.
A 3-yard
55 seconds.
touchdown
55
run.
seconds. Let's go.
And the Panthers
We got to score
add
right
on
here.
to
Let's
their
go.
lead.
We good. Let's go, NY. We don't stop fighting.
Gano the
Let's go,
extra
NY. We
point,
don't stop
and
fighting.
These guys will take a
Let's go.
10-point lead.
Boy, your team wet. Boy, get out of here. Get out of here, boy. You better stay hype.
Captain Zero
You better
out
stay
now
hype.
as he'll
You
kick
better
this
stay
one
hype.
away.
Don't go to sleep. You better stay hype.
This will be
Stay hype.
taken to the back of the end zone.
You
He'll
win.
be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go,
The
kid.
New York
Let's
set to
go,
take the
kid.
field. And
Let's
following
go,
the interception,
kid.
just
Yeah.
any interception, are you a
Let's
little
see.
bit more cautious when you start
You
that
ain't
next
busting
drive, or
shit.
no, you just throw
ain't
that out the
busting
window?
shit. With
I
your
think you are. I don't
274
think that
yards.
there's any way you can
With
run
your
back out there and go,
274
it's
yards.
gonna affect me. Let's just go ahead and be
Niggas
losing
love
the
to
football
talk.
again. You're going to
Niggas
take
love to
care of
talk.
it, but you have to be careful about being
Niggas
too
love it.
cautious
What you
because now
doing,
you
bro?
can't run any offense
Control
at
your
all.
player
The
right.
attack. We'll see
Control your
how
player
they
right.
attack him here.
Control
The
your
drive
player
starting
right.
play, a good one.
Yeah, all
Give
right.
him 19.
Fired
Yeah,
down
all right.
in there, able to make
Yeah, all
connection
right.
on a nice
Yeah,
in
all
route.
right.
Those faster passes, and they're going that
Winning,
fast.
bro.
Any hesitation as a
Winning.
quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works
We
both
winning.
ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Shotgun now for Manning. The 20. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down
Oh, yeah.
inside the 20.
I had to get it up to
He got
25.
29 yards that
Red
time.
zone. I need to get red zone by the
And we're
fourth quarter.
back now in Charlotte.
Red zone by the
It's the
fourth quarter.
Giants
We
with
good.
possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram.
Oh, weak
And
ass
he was
nigga.
able to shed the tackle,
Got
but the
his ass
reserves
clap,
come
clap.
in for the
Weak ass.
stop.
Got his
The
ass ran the
completion good
fuck
for
over.
3
Foot
on second
went
down.
up and
Well, this is how you shape the
Y'all
thoughts
saw
of that
that right
interception on the
stream?
last drive. You come
That's how
out
we
and start
coming.
this one 4 for 4.
We ain't tired.
Watching him throw around with that type
We
of
ain't
confidence
tired.
reminds me of a
We
guy I
ain't
played
tired.
with way back when
We
and
ain't
told me,
tired.
I don't care if I throw 10
We fight.
interceptions in a row.
We
I'm going to
fight.
stay confident,
We
keep
fight all
playing
the
it.
way
I
to
just
the
figured
end,
there's something
coach.
wrong with the football.
We fight all the way to the
From the
end,
gun
coach.
on 3rd down, Manning steps away to his left. It's caught.
We
Shepard.
fight all the way to the
And
end,
stopped
coach.
a few yards shy of the goal line at the
We don't
3.
give up, coach.
They're able to convert on
We don't
3rd
give
down,
up,
and that
coach.
sets up a 1st and goal. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're
Blood,
down
sweat,
2 scores.
tears,
I don't
nigga.
think you need to
Blood,
rush
sweat,
just
tears,
yet, but you
nigga.
can't take your time either.
Blood,
Even if
sweat,
you don't want
tears,
to commit
nigga.
to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up
score.
the urgency.
Run the score.
Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each
Okay.
time you snap the ball.
Okay.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. Flush to his right. Fighting for the end zone.
Manning
He
don't
lost
fuck.
the
Yeah,
ball.
let's go.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain
Let's go.
possession for them.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. We gonna eat that shit up.
Manning
Eat that
now
shit
on
up.
goal.
Eat that shit up.
Shepard.
We fight to the
touchdown,
end.
Giants.
No matter what we do. Even if we fuck up, we eat.
3 yards out. And the Giants able
Let's
to get
go.
this back within a touchdown.
Watch that stream.
PAT
I do it for you, stream.
Rosas. And now things get a bit more
I do it
interesting
for
here
you,
in this
stream.
fourth quarter.
I did. Show me this.
Rosas now to kick this one away.
Show me this. Show me.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And the Panthers coming out now. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's over with for
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing is Newton.
Wow, they crazy.
It's Olsen.
They crazy for that. They let that nigga wide. That's cool.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Ah, I love niggas that talk. Is it? I got you, big bro. Shout out to Smith O'Gang. Hey, I'm good. I got you. Hey, y'all heard them niggas. Go to his Instagram.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
You think you won, bro?
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Watch how it go. You got faith in yourself, huh? I got faith in my defense. We good. Wow, that's just too ass. Because you never give up. You never give up.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey.
Woo! Get that ball out, McCaffrey. Come on.
Up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
They have to spin. I have to
spin. A good
spin.
return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
I'll take that. I respect it.
One final try now for Manning. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of miracle there at the very end. But they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
We would have been straight. We didn't score in the first quarter, so that really fucked us up right there. That would have been the game right there. We would have been up, for sure. Or it would have been a tie. It would have been a tie game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
It was like we kind of beat ourselves on this game right here. I beat myself. He didn't do nothing really special. It was a lot of plays that I fucked up on that one streak down the middle. That was a touchdown, or at least a first down. So, yeah. I gotta play better when I'm talking shit sometimes, but it's all what you're gonna do. Like, you said we suck, but we was throwing for 70%, 339 yards, 4 TDs. Like, we was still eating. He was only throwing 53%, bro. Like, we was eating, bro. Like, Cam was, we both had the same amount of completions, and he had more attempts than I did. Like, come on now, I just threw those 3 NOs. That's what fucked me up. That's the only thing that fucked me up. And we still almost came back and beat that ass. Like, total yards, we was up. Third down conversions, we was better. He had more though. He had a lot of fourth down. He was good on the fourth down conversions. He was good for his red zone percentage. So was I. Where's my, okay, there we go. Rush and McCaffrey, yeah, we ate more than McCaffrey. He had less attempts, but Barkley was getting hella yards on every carry. So I can't even be mad at him. Odell Beckham was our best receiver out the whole game. I gave other people a shot. I gave other people the ball. Like, we was eating. He was just, Odell's our main player. We got to get him the ball. He had 5 receptions and 185 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like, he was our main player to get us the game. Like, that's a normal game for Odell right there. But like I said, if we would have scored that touchdown, it would have been we would have won. Game over. Game over. So, when you take a loss, you also got to look at your overall game and how you played. If you played shitty, you just played shitty. You just got to accept it. Fortnite. We're going to hop on a little bit of Fortnite.